So we're back again with another video. This is a test of the S23 Ultra, the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, with super steady mode on, so it only allows for quad HD at 60 frames per second recording. I think it's 16:9 aspect ratio. I've got the DJI mic, the single version, connected to it through USB-C. There's no, that's the super stabilization, that's the image stabilization. I wish they had, wish they'd put horizon leveling on these phones, iPhone and the Samsung. That would be great on these higher end phones at least. It is currently 5:30 p.m. on Sunday, October the 1st, 2023. Currently 22 degrees Celsius. So we're walking along beside the Innisfail Showgrounds, Peace Park. Show up quality. We're using the main stabilized lens, as they have. So it'll be a bit different quality than what you're used to seeing with my videos. It's just a test. So see if it keeps the stabilization pretty good, and the audio, hopefully it's not overdoing the audio. The DJI mics is a wireless mic setup. So I noticed with the image stabilization it seems to jerk across when I pan across, like move the camera left and right the phone. So a Tano Manfrotto mini tripod with a Manfrotto phone mount. If you want to look that up to see what I'm using. So to do it, I can't control the brightness while it's recording, anything like that, which I think is a little slack. There should be a lot more you can actually do. On the Google Pixel 7 Pro, you can turn the brightness down in some settings. Some ways that you have the recording going, or when you're taking photos, it allows you to turn the brightness down. Sometimes you need that. If you watch my videos of the show fireworks from this year, you'll see that happen. One was taken on the Google Pixel 7 Pro, and one was taken on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. So we'll see how all this goes. There's John Cole Toyota to my right. So this is on the widest angle lens that it allows for this with the image stabilization. If I had the image stabilization off and I was using a gimbal, then you'd be able to go to a wider angle lens. Looking at it, it does look quite sharp. I think I can turn the brightness down if I tap to focus and then just turn it down slightly. Yeah, that's it. Because it's blowing out the sun and the clouds and that, like it's not handling it as well as it should. Anyway, I'm your host Brad, this is Best of Times Reborn. Let's keep having a look. We're going when it's a little bit low light, getting later into the afternoon, into the evening. There's your IBS Engineering Supplies over there. Been meaning to do this video for a fair while. Well, I've got the opportunity, because it is someone else's phone that I've asked to use in the past. Been meaning to take photos with it and test it out, and just haven't. Get slack and too busy doing other things. And plenty of photos and things on my own phones over the years, over the time since we got this. So we'll only really be able to tell once the whole thing's recorded and put back onto the thing and edited. The only editing that'll be done will be just putting the hashtag best of times and the date and time, things like that, or at least the date. There's your PCYC. It looks like it's a little bit jumpy. I can change the lens to 1x zoom, which I'll do once I get further down. It's interesting to see how this turns out. I'm walking my normal speed that I do when I'm doing videos. It's not my normal walking speed when I'm not doing videos. Usually I walk a lot faster. You see how it shows the clouds up there with the sun going through it. Like coming up from behind it, the rays of the sun. Wow. Yeah, it's interesting to see these, how it can handle it. Different lighting. We'll do another one another day when there's better lighting. I would say the PCYC is sponsored by Kia. Just those two are Kia and the other one's Hyundai, but that's Kia. They're both PCYC cars. Got it written on there. So there's the old Spa, which was IGA at first. When it was first, well, as a supermarket, that's what it was. So we're doing 60 frames per second, quad HD, which is not 4K. But to get it to work properly in editing, I'll probably have to do it, upscale it. But, you know, it's not a huge difference. Okay, so there's this house, which is supposed to be being moved. I'm surprised every time I come out here and it's still here. Wow. Harvest Festival, Saturday the 16th of September. That's the Babinda Harvest Festival, that is. So that's well out of date. Getting a few photos. You can tap to take photos at the same time as you go along. And you got it in this mode. Some modes you can't, some modes you can. Some points you can, some points you can't. So we're going around Kundi Bend. We'll do the zoom in a minute once we get to a straight, so you got get a bit more of a view. Wow, the rays coming through look really nice in person. Some motorbikes. So, like I said, this is the audio from the DJI mic, the single version. I haven't got the dual version. It costs another like $200 and something more to buy. I will eventually buy it so I can have somebody walking along with me and test it out. That looks really nice. That zoomed in, 1x zoom. That's all you can do, yeah. 1x zoom and then back to 0.6, what we were on before. 0.6 seems to be the sweet spot, stabilized for this. I wish they did up the whole bike path here. Would have been great. But yeah, that's really nice. That I hope it's showing up on the video really good. And I wish they'd have concreted this all here too, this drain. Wouldn't have hurt to do both sides of the road and then cover it up and put in a few like grates or something. And just have pipes going into it. So it's a lot nicer. You do get a lot of mosquitoes along here due to it. Certain times of the year, especially in the wet season. Well, there's your Riverfest information. I think that's this Saturday coming. Your banana race day, that was yesterday. Don't show as much detail as possible so you can look back and see it. It's all for history as well as the test. So all we're going to do is walk to past Kundi School unless it rains, and then we'll turn back. So we'll walk past Kundi School up to near the house and then turn back near the house next door. Okay, well, there's someone coming along, so out of respect, out of manners, we'll just do that, get that. I'll show over this direction due to that person coming along, which is fair enough. A lot of cameras don't like low light. It's like the image stabilization. As it gets darker, it might play up. And notice there's no horizon leveling or anything like that. Cloud formations are pretty interesting, the way it is. Hey, how you going? Getting eaten by mosquitoes doing this. Yeah. But this is Gundi Bend in Innisfail, Queensland, Australia, an hour south of Cairns. Approximately, depending on traffic and roadworks and different things. 3 hours north of Townsville. This microphone has a magnet, so you can put it through your shirt and have the microphone under your shirt, under your t-shirt or whatever, and all you see is the magnet, which is pretty cool, and it works really good, as you can hear. Stops a lot of wind noise, plus I have the wind sock or whatever you want to call it on there, the dead cat. Not a big fan of that name. This is back where we just came from. So we've been going for 11 minutes so far, going by this. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. This is, the street here is Ash Street. And that street there is Beach. So we're going up to Blackwood Street. Switching hands because of the angle we're on. It helps. Yeah, it's hard to keep it the horizon level. So I would suggest using a decent gimbal, a good quality gimbal. Some of the cheaper ones, they sort of, it's like you're holding a piece of paper in the breeze and they wobble like that, back and forth. Like I've got the DJI Osmo Mobile. I think the latest one I got was 3. I didn't get the 6. I think it was the 3 or the 4. And I found that it just was like it was just hanging there. And wasn't strong enough to really compensate for anything. Yeah, so I gave up on using it. The DJI Osmo Pocket 2 is the better way to go. And it's a lot smaller, a lot easier to carry around and use. Unless you're adding stuff to it like I do. I make it a much bigger apparatus. With the extension rod and all that they have. So we're coming up on where Billy Slater, the NRL superstar, ex-Innisfail chappie, used to live. If you see it, you see it. I'll just face straight ahead. If you see it, you see it. Just for people's privacy. People do live there, of course. But yeah, it's down Blackwood Street. He was with the Melbourne Storm for many years. He was the coach of the State of Origin, Queensland State of Origin team. So this is Blackwood Street. Along here. So like I said, we'll just face straight ahead. Whatever you can see, you can see. Yeah, lucky that dog's behind the fence, a gate. This place is for sale. Place is for sale. Okay. Let's continue on our merry way. We're nearly at Maple Street. So we're going to go up Maple Street all the way past the school and then come back. Hopefully we'll be able to see the school a little bit. So walked a kilometre now. To my right you've got Laurie Street, to my left you've got Laurie Street here. And further down you've got Bachelor Street. So this is Maple Street. That's where Beach Street comes out up there. Showed before. It's hard, I'll try not to show this child up here on a scooter. Oh, there's 2 children playing in the street. Oh, it's good to see kids playing and not on Xboxes and things like that, but there's Blackwood Street. There's plenty of kids up here playing, different in yards and stuff, so it's hard. Had a kid on a scooter like this once, tried to chase me I was on the e-scooter, and he was zooming behind me. I could see him with the rear vision mirror on the scooter, the side mirror. It was funny, he's really going for it. He had no chance. I was going 25 kilometres an hour, which is the top legal speed, because I knew what he was doing, so I thought he was having fun. So we're going to show towards the school due to this child. There's Wright Street, W-R-I-G-H-T, Wright Street, and what used to be the preschool, community preschool. We're going to show as much of the school as we can. I think there's ibises and stuff around. Certainly sounds like it. It's no surprise. Photo of the old preschool. Throwing things around. There's people. Okay. So this is the old preschool. And the mural they put on there. So I don't know how long the recording goes before it just stops and you've got to press it again, or it just goes to a next file. That often happens with these phones. You get like 10 minutes or 20 minutes, half an hour, and then it goes. Kid keeps throwing things around. Like he's gonna bully that kid. Yeah. The old peddler store to my right, but we can't show it because people live there now. Have done off and on for years. So, going to school. "125th anniversary celebrations are on November the 4th at the school." There's your Grundy School crossing. Yeah, 125 years. That includes the old school. Not much been a country. Pause to read if you want to read it. You got the mill stuff, which I think they would have cleaned up for the celebrations. I really thought they would have spruced that all up, uncovered some of it so you could see it properly. Good to CSR mill parts and that. It's pretty sad that they haven't actually. But anyway, I don't know what can happen in the next week or so. In the next month or so actually. Yeah, so keep going along to where we're going to turn back. Do these tests in a controlled sort of test, certain locations, certain times, or certain locations you try it at different times to see what the lighting and all that, so it sort of adds to it. I'll do one with the Pixel one day, come along with the Pixel around the same time of the day and see how we go. All these trees were planted in the 90s, very early 90s, at 92, 93. I know that because I planted a couple of them. They had names on them, we had to go and find it and plant the one that had our name on it, which was pretty cool. Very cool, actually. Okay, so we're nearly up to the end part where we're going to turn back. Now, I'm used to holding a camera fairly straight, so we'll see how this camera actually handles it all. Nearly at this corner here, the corner of the fence here. We're going to turn around and go back. Okay, that's close enough. Maple Street. Keep the camera as straight as possible, straight ahead, till we get to certain spots where we can show the people's houses and all that. Whatever shows each way is whatever shows. Okay. Hopefully there's not a huge amount of background noise. I don't mind hearing the birds and all that. As long as you can hear me crystal clear for the test, that's great. Let me know in the comment section what you think of the audio, whether there's any like clicking noises, things like that, because sometimes that happens with these sort of microphones. When the audio gets too loud, they'll make a clicking noise. So you need to turn it down. With these you can plug in wired headphones, a 3.5mm headphone jack. Of course the phone doesn't have that anymore, so you can do that through the actual receiver, the transmitter and that. So that's pretty good. It's all touchscreen interface on the DJI mic. The dual mics, you get a charger. You get like a charging case, like you do for like AirPods and things like that. Same idea, just designed for these. You just put them in and it starts charging. And you get two microphones instead of just the one. I don't know if you can buy another separate microphone to add to this, to make it the dual version, because there is settings for another microphone in it, I've noticed, so I'll have to look into that. So it might be the cheaper way to go. I want the charging case though, so I'd have to get the dual version for that, to be able to get that. The odd looks of people. I'm not doing anything wrong, so going to school with the office, all that. The old Gunnish State School sign that's been there forever. Don't have to show this child. There's two children that just keep hanging around. There's three children there now. So I'll have to face it at the school. I was going to face it just straight down and hope for the best. So like I said, this is super steady on. And it's getting a little bit lower light, but these cameras on phones tend to try to brighten it up. So it is now 5:53 p.m. There's another person with a dog on a chain though, not on a leash. There's two people. Alright. So, keep to ourselves. Going to state school, Dare to Do Well, which has been their thing for years. Bright Street. Nice people to make sarcastic remarks. I could understand it, but you could tell that it was aimed towards me, as people do. But like I've said in the past, yeah, wait 20, 30, 40, 50 years when my videos are some of the only publicly available videos of Innis file at this time, and so on, and my photos and things, some of the only ones. Yep. See what they think then. When, yeah, some of these are the only ones I can look back on to see what it was like here at this particular time. Yeah. It's pretty sad how people act. And that. Looks, you get the remarks that people yelling out. I don't mind if people are yelling out and being nice. That's fine. But when they're not. So we're back in Blackwood Street, crossing over safely. No cars around. It's going to be quite the busy intersection at times, especially around there. Laurie Street. Okay, so we're going to first straight ahead again, whatever shows to the side shows. To people's privacy, there is a few cars around, parked at people's places. Someone yelling. And they'll go all the way up to around the entrance of the showgrounds and stop. By then it should be a little bit darker. Starting to get darker in that. The traffic lights, which were put in a few years ago. Up here. I could go across and go through some of the sports ground, but that's not a thing to walk straight across, because you do get plovers coming after you, big time, through there. Yeah, they're pretty feisty. So there's a dog barking across the street, so we'll see if that picks it up in the recording. Probably will. It's only a little dog behind a fence. One tiny dog. Okay. Bob, mate. That's your Ash Street phone box. So we're up to Ash Street here. I'm going to see how well it shows this close up in this lighting. Okay, if it auto focuses without me tapping to focus. A lot of mosquitoes and insects. That real fine. It's about a centimetre away from the 123. To give you an idea on this writing here. It's hard to keep it stable. If you want to read it, pause to read, of course, as usual. I am taking some photos here and there, so the photos will end up on the end of the video, so you can see how it turned out. There's the photos. It just shows how it works while recording. You're taking the photos. Sometimes with some phones, they'll over sharpen when you're taking a video at the same time and pressing it to do photo. I've noticed sometimes the Pixel does that. Not always, but just sometimes. So they'll be straight out of camera, straight out of phone. Okay. The way out to the Bruce Highway. 2 kilometres now.
Duration 29 minutes 2 seconds. 3,110 steps. Heart rate 121 beats per minute.
It gets very slushy and sludgy there, and you end up hearing frogs and things. You hear at times, it floods. Okay, continue on. Yeah, I think they should have concreted all this, all these drains along here. It would have been so much nicer. Then they'd have to pressure wash it regularly, which they wouldn't. I wonder what used to be here. In this spot, like there used to be a pole there. Might have been a light post or something. It's pretty round. It's pretty big. I don't know. If anyone knows, please let me know in the comment section. Some of these photos will end up on old New Innisfail photos on Facebook as well, of the area, with dates and that on it, and the hashtag best of times as usual. That's my photography name for those who don't know. So you might see videos and photos of flooding and all that at times, and you'll see best of times. It's not me saying, oh, it's great, this area is flooded. It's just the name for my photography. Hashtag best of times photography. All that say. So there's your Gundy Bend and the Hope Collins Oval across there, Gundy Sports Ground. And one of the insects is following me around. I don't know if it shows up on here. I can see it on the screen a little bit, but it's a little bit out of focus. It's at the bottom of the screen at the moment. But anyway, so we're back where the Riverfest sign is. We'll show that again so we can see the difference with the lighting, how the lighting's changed. Once we head back, the peewee up there on the fence. That's for Riverfest. I'm not tapping to focus, just so it'll see. It's like this. Looks like storm clouds, but a lot of the time it just goes over the top of us. We don't get it. So I zoomed in the 1 time, as it said on there. One day we'll do a couple of other settings and see how it goes. If anyone wants to donate to the channel, check the PayPal link in the description to help out, so I can get better camera equipment to capture Innisfail history in as much detail as possible. Would be awesome. Feel free. Be much appreciated. If anyone wants to donate things, anything to the channel, let me know. But yeah, check the PayPal link in the description and donate as much as, or little as you'd like. Even just like, sharing, comment, subscribing, that helps in the long run. I don't get paid, but if I get to 1,000 subscribers at a certain amount of views, I can start getting a little bit of pay and help towards equipment, because it all goes back into the channel, as it did in the old channel. So I'll come up to this Optus Yes thing here, which is very dirty, but I want to show how it focuses on it while I get my weird looks off people. Tap on the grass next to it, tap on the phone, and show the top. I've tapped on where the writing is, near the arrow, behind the arrow, underneath it. Okay, let's continue on. Just a good test to show whether this is worth using as like a vlogging camera. I think it would overheat if it was the middle of the day. And I know, going by the screen, it's brightening the whole thing a lot. Zoom in, do that 1 time zoom on that sign there, the Innisfail sign. I'll tap the focus on that. You know, there's a vehicle coming, I'll zoom back out. You can tell, while on the screen is the phone, it's brightening it. There's that house again. Just quickly show. one that's supposed to be being removed, which used to be the caretaker of the showgrounds residents for years. The different people who have been caretakers have had that place. Child Spa. Mate waving out. Don't know if it showed up on video, but it was harmless, so it's all good. J&R cabinets. Just looking at the advertising on the PCY. See, it's interesting to look back and see what businesses were around too. That's the other thing, showing the advertising's just for that. Not to fully advertise the place now, it's more to look back, see the different names of the businesses and that were around at the time. There's, see if it's got new rolling shutter when the bus goes past fairly fast. It's a Premier bus. You often get rolling shutter when fast things go past, where it's sort of jittery as it goes past. You can see a slight pause every few seconds. So doing the straight ahead again. Yes, this camera's a lot more noticeable. Oh, when I've got my big rig happening, the full-on thing, it's pretty noticeable. Okay. So I'm going to walk on some of these leaves, see if it comes up on here, so I'll be quiet. Not as crunchy as I would like them to be, but there was a bit of noise from them. So I'll just go quiet for a bit and just see what the background noise is like. It's nice to have a bit of the ambient sound, hear birds and traffic and whatever's around, because that's history. That's what it's like here. So it's been 38 minutes so far of recording. We're nearly up to where I'm going to stop. So definitely check out old new Innisfail photos on Facebook, Best of Times Reborn on YouTube. Check out the Cairns playlist, the radio playlist, the Innisfail playlist, and there's an Art Deco festival playlist with a lot of historical type videos. Some of them explaining some of the history of the town, some of the Art Deco buildings and all that, so it's worth having a look. Now check that out. And check out their Art Deco, I think it's Art Deco in the Tropics or something, Facebook page, check that out. There's a link in the description anyway of some of those videos to their Facebook group. Tell them Best of Times Reborn sent you, or Brad from Old New Innisfail Photos sent you. It's cool. Okay, we're nearly at the end, getting very close. So it's now 6:09 p.m. Hopefully this is all stable and sturdy. And the audio is crisp and clear. It's getting a little darker, it's not overly dark yet. We'll do a nighttime test sometime. This needs a lot of doing up. Fixing it up would be great. If they could get the original people that had they had a overhead projector here in the 90s, setting this up and stenciling it and doing it, that would be phenomenal. These are the people here, it's got their names. It was 1999 this was done. I remember walking past when they were doing it. Now, yeah, it's been a while. They did a touch up of it a few years later, but nothing's really been done since. If they had the lights on and that, it'd be really nice at night. And that way, you know, people would come and do Instagram shots and different things over there. With the mural on it, it'd be pretty cool, but no. But anyway, thanks for watching. This is Best of Times Reborn, keeping memories alive for us, the future generations to see. I'm your host, Brad. As I said earlier, check out old new Innisfail photos on Facebook, Best of Times Reborn on YouTube, and we'll catch you in the next one.